What is good, guys? It's your boy Durrel.
And it's your boy TG. Had to say what's up to the two cameras we got going.
What they do? Yeah, so today we have a very special topic. So we have a new segment that we're going to be introducing in our next episode with our next guest or whoever it may be. So it's going to come at the tail end of the episode. So we're going to have 3 questions.
Yes, it is the introduction of the TDP3, baby.
TDP tree.
You know what I'm saying? And then like that one horn. Anyways, but yeah, this is definitely the introductory episode, us introducing the TDP3. Yeah. So basically what this means is, like Durrel said, we are basically going to now, every time we have a guest, have 3 questions, the same 3 questions that we introduce. Yeah, same 3, the TDP3. Just, part of our branding, you know what I'm saying? Cool. So we figured, you know what? To introduce it, let's answer each other's TDP3. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, bro. So I guess even before we get on though, let's kind of go back to our first 6 episodes. Or not the first 6, but let's give a quick recap, bro. Because I was pretty excited that we got 6 episodes now.
It's funny though, when we're recording, the vibe. Sometimes we're thinking we're overdoing, that we're rambling, but when we sit down and really listen to what we recorded, it's some of this shit actually makes goddamn sense.
Yeah, man, 100%. I get what you mean, because it's funny, and then for everybody listening and IG and the videos, that a lot of times, he's right, man. That will, for example, the relationship episode.
Oh man, that episode.
We were both so on the fence about that episode because we were like, I don't know if I like it. And then Durrel always honestly, Durrel didn't like it a little bit more than I didn't like it. So I told him, I was like, dude, let me just fuck with it. Let me edit it a bit. Let me see if I can kind of, move some things around and get the sound right. Yeah. And the more and more we both listened to it, we're like, yo, let's throw this shit out there.
Man. It was a really good episode, man.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. And we gotten some really cool responses, you know what I'm saying, to keep the person anonymous. Somebody hit us up on IG with a really long message that was really awesome, and I was feeling it big time. But and then as far as so far, our episode with Menelik Luke has been our top downloaded episode, so that's pretty sick, yo.
Yeah, shout out to Luke Taylor Tutoring right now. Business is booming. Amidst of everything that's going on right now. If your child needs tutoring right now, that they're sitting at home, they need to stay educated. Hit up my boy Menelik at Luke's Taylor Tutoring for all your tutoring needs. Yeah, 100%, man. It's pretty amazing. And then coming in at actually, there's really close between 2 and 3, but number 2 right now is our boy Mota. You know what I'm saying? The stylist in Toronto, our award-winning stylist that had on. That was an amazing episode, sure.
y'all. If y'all haven't caught that yet, go check it out.
That's another thing. If you have a wedding coming up, hit my boy Mota up. He can style you like one of the best, because he is one of the best in the game right now.
Big time. And then the crazy thing is coming in at a real tight 3 is the episode we did with Tamara and Julie.
What up, ladies?
You know what I'm saying? Tamara and Julie, if y'all are listening, or when y'all do listen, y'all's that was, was that the first ever episode?
That was the first ever episode.
No, not outside of our intro one.
Outside of the chronic take.
Yeah. That was pretty amazing, yo. And their episode's doing really well. They never see everything else, but we really appreciate everybody.
That was one of my favorite episodes also, man, because I really got to understand myself, man, just a little bit more, in terms of why I smoke.
Yep.
And also why I stopped.
Yep.
And also how I can inspire other people to instead of just abusing the drug.
Yeah.
Use it for its main purpose.
Yeah, man, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Just kind of chilling. No, I get that too, man. It's and it's funny because I was talking to my brother the other day, and he was like, "Hey, stop smoking so much weed," and obviously he was joking. But I was like, yeah, for real though, because I with my family, if and when they listen to that episode, they're probably thinking fuck, this motherfucker done moved to Canada and turned into a pothead. You know what I'm saying?
And a hippie.
You know what I mean? Well, I had long hair too and shit. Y'all saw it in the last video, the relationship one. Yeah, I had a phase going. I didn't want to cut my hair and shit.
Juan Wick.
You know what I mean? But it got to the point.
John Wick.
Now I'm, nice and faded or whatever, back to normally groomed like I am. I don't know. You ever just go through phases? You're like, I just kind of went through that. Fuck that. I'm not cutting my hair. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, I have to cut my hair.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, you rock a bald head though, bro.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it though, man. Some people think it's easy being bald. It isn't.
No,
you remember the other day I showed up to work with a sliced head.
You know what I mean?
Trying to shave my head, man. What the fuck is that shit about, man?
I was pretty fucked up, bro. So no, you're right. It's definitely it ain't the easy road.
Yeah.
But you rock. Honestly, bro, I couldn't imagine you with hair. To be honest with you.
To be honest, I can't imagine myself with hair. I actually love not having hair.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. You look fly as fuck. And then
Thanks,
you
man.
did it
I
right
appreciate
though.
it.
You fucking no hair, grow beard. Got to.
Hey, trust me, man. When it's time to go home, if you have a receding hairline, fellas, I'm talking to you right now. If you have a receding hairline, time to come home, man. It's time to come home. Take that thing off, man. I hate seeing guys like with the fucking whatever that shit's.
What do they call it? I think like a horseshoe.
Like damn.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
If you have a horseshoe head top, time to come home.
Yeah, no, you're right. Shave that shit and grow a beard. That's it.
If you can.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah, or some kind of facial hair.
Something, man.
You know what I mean? You don't want to run around looking like an M&M and shit. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just all smooth and shit.
Yeah. Yo, shit, that's funny, man.
Anyways, let's get back on track, yo.
Yo, man, the new chocolate M&M is here, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, for real though. But anyways, the TDP3, yo.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it, man. It's and kudos to my boy Will, the owner of Creation Hair Studios, man. He was pretty much, I was telling him about the podcast and he was chopping me up, and he was like, dude, y'all need to do something. Y'all need to do like y'all's own thing that y'all do every time on your show, kind of like Hot Ones does the hot wings, and everybody, like, I listen to Tim Ferriss show all the time, and he's got his rapid fire questions. Yeah. And I was like, you're right, bro. Everybody does kind of thing. If you guys, you know, I'm Jesus Amaro fan, if you guys know who that is. I think they do like their neon sign thing at the end. So I was like, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I want to jump on every bandwagon, right?
But you have to do something that makes you stand out.
You know what I'm saying? So you know what? What's going to be, you know, obviously an experience that our listeners will get every time, but also our guests get every time is, yeah, man, you know what? Let's fire it off the TDP3 at them.
TDP3.
You know what I'm saying?
You guys are going to be in for a treat, man.
Yeah, buddy. So you know what? Let's kick it off, bro.
Sure.
So for the world out there, the TDP3. So I guess we'll introduce 3 questions first, right? So question 1 is, what are your top 3 favorite books? And if you're not a reader, what are your top 3 favorite movies? Or if there's a combination of the three,
you can combine the two. You can combine the two, because sometimes, like, some movies are based off books.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you can base.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes, in that case, you can definitely have the two. You know.
That's true. Which is pretty dope, because I know. Remember when we was talking about it? I was like, dude, what would be my? It was a lot easier for me to do the 3 books versus the 3 movies.
Same ways.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Because I've watched a lot of movies.
Because when you read a book, becomes so personal. Because at that time, when you're reading a book, there's some things that really stand out on that book that really resonates with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes some movies you're in and out. You're not really as focused as you. Personally,
you're right.
I'm not as focused on a movie than I am when I'm reading a book.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Also, if I'm reading a book, that book has some kind of value to me. I just don't read books just with. Personally, I don't read novels. I read more self-developmental books.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like fiction, I think it's called, right?
Yeah,
like fiction is like fake. I'm the same way, man. I'm not a big fiction type of guy too. I don't really read a lot of comics. I did when I was a kid, but I felt like I kind of gravitated because I like the art, because I used to like drawing.
Gotta read something that stimulates the mind, man. Something that helps you to propel your life. Something that takes you to the next level.
Yeah, and that's the thing me and you connect on, though. That's one of our. We've connected like that for a long time, is that we both kind of have that same mindset, that growth mindset, that we're always trying to be a little bit better every day. You know what I mean? That is self-awareness.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Self-awareness.
Yeah, I feel that, bro. Yeah, I feel that. So that's question number 1. Question 2 is, what albums, or what 3 albums, trying to keep the 3 theme, what 3 albums can you jam from start to finish without skipping any tracks?
I bet you some of you guys out there don't even listen to albums. Most of you guys are just one single track minded individuals.
Yeah, a lot of them.
A lot of you guys out there. But you have this select a few who like to listen to the full story of an album. You know, like myself.
The purists, you know. I don't want to say the word is purist, but you know what I'm saying. The ones that we love, like we love music, like the lovers of music.
Like, to me, like, the way I look at albums, it's like a movie. You know, you can't watch a movie, you start in the middle, and then jump to the start, and then all of a sudden you have to listen to an album from start to finish. You have to get the true perspective the artist is trying to portray out there.
Yeah, hundo, bro.
You know?
Hundo. No, you're right. I feel the same way, man. I love albums. I love great albums because
Amazing
that is
albums,
the
yes,
sentiment that I
yes,
get to, that
yes.
there is a start, a middle, and a finish. And everyone, for whatever reason, seems to fit within each other. And maybe these artists do it, maybe they don't, maybe it's just the way I see it. But at least some of my favorite albums, at least the 3 that I've picked, I felt like they knew the order too. It wasn't just like, all right, here's 10 tracks. And
it was planned.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, no, I want this, our first 3, and I want this in the middle. Because a lot of some of my favorite albums, man, just the skits work with the songs.
Yes.
It just is. You're
That's
right.
the interludes and everything, man.
It's a story being told.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah,
man.
So that's our question.
2.
Number 2.
Yep.
And then our third question is something that I heard on a podcast the other day, and I loved it because I started practicing it. Is
what has your mind right now?
Yeah, what's got your mind right now? What has your attention right now?
Right now that you're sitting at home.
Yeah.
What has your attention right now? What are you really thinking about?
You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. Because when I was listening to this podcast, it was on Tim Ferriss' podcast, but I can't remember the guy's name. I just think I know that I believe he's the owner of Keller Williams, that big realty company out there. But anyways, I think it's him. I think it's Gary Keller or something like that. Don't quote me on that, y'all, but it was his. It was his podcast, him and Tim Ferriss. And when he said that, man, it rang a fucking bell with me, dude. Because I was like, dude, you're right. And pretty much what he was saying is that, before you can go do something, a lot of people don't understand how distracted they are. So he said when he's doing I don't know if it was coaching or something, but he was like, before he gets into it, he always asks that person that question, like, hey, what's got your attention right now? Because he said if he doesn't get that out, or you as a person don't get that out, whether it's on paper or something,
that is major.
That's as much as you're doing other things.
That's always gonna be in the back burner.
You know what I'm saying? It's distracting you. So he's saying, man, I want to get that out. Let's get that out. So that when we start to push towards the next thing, that's all we got. We ain't got this tugging thing on your brain.
You have to know exactly what it is that's holding you back.
You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's crazy.
Right? So I started practicing that, man, because I've been writing my goals down and affirmations down every morning. And then I also do a secondary, all right, cool, what's got my mind on? What is my mind on today? And a lot of times it's the same shit, and that's okay, but at least I want to recognize it. But there's plenty of other times where I'm like, yo, that's what I'm thinking about right now. And I need to either just put it on paper, get my thoughts on paper to get it off my mind. So especially if I'm at work, that way I can at least just focus on my work right now. Because a lot of times, and you can probably attest, you can't focus on your work because you think about something else.
Happens a lot of times, man.
You know what I mean?
But that's part of life, man. Once you're able to have control of your thoughts.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about earlier, man. You have to what do you say to yourself when you're thinking? You know what I mean? The power of the mind is it's so underestimated how powerful our mind is and how powerful our thoughts are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also our head, our mind, and our mouth.
Yeah.
When those two things come together, and once you speak something, listen, one thing people don't understand is how powerful the mouth is.
Yep.
We can speak things into existence.
Yep.
So if you're having negative thoughts and your mind is always just surrounded by negativity,
yep,
everything that you do is going to be surrounded by negative energy. So whatever you put out is what you're going to get back. You know what I mean? So what is your mind really focusing on right now? Is it benefiting in a positive sense or in a negative sense?
Yeah.
So
you're right, bro.
Yeah,
you got to be conscious of that.
Gotta be conscious,
because if you're not, man, you're gonna be a victim. Like that old saying goes, you are your own worst enemy.
Ooh, yes.
But you could also be your fucking number one asset. And dude, that's what I wanted to become. I wanted to flip that. Like, I'm tired of being my own worst enemy.
Yeah.
I want to be my fucking number one fan. I want to be my best asset. You know what I mean?
Yes, I love it. Yeah.
So
but that's what it has to be. I'm not saying everybody has to have that kind of mentality, but that's a mentality that's needed for you to be the best individual that you can be.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, whatever you can do every single day to make yourself take that next step, to be a better person, do it.
Yeah. Hundo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, hundo, bro. No, I feel you on that shit, man. Yeah. So yeah, man, with that shit, let's go ahead and kick it off though, right? Shit, for the cameras out there, my bad, y'all. I'm just putting on my timer real quick. That way we don't go 3 hours on an episode, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, let's go ahead and kick it off. Basically, we'll start with the first question. So top 3 books. I'll let you kick it off, bro.
All right, first of all, my first book Blink by Malcolm Gladwell. Yeah, that book was pretty much, it really just changed my mindset, my way of thinking. Right, so this book is pretty much how you can make split decisions in about 2 to 3. It's like every time you come across someone, a new obstacle, or even relationships, the way you feel within that first 2 seconds. Always go with your first instincts.
Like don't think.
That way you feel in that moment. Run with that feeling. Run with that high. Run with that vibe.
Ooh.
You know, sometimes us as humans, we always try to contradict that feeling that we have in our gut. Like most of the time we think it's us being nervous. No, that's a sign. We have to listen to that sign. You know, like right now in the day and age that we live in, they're trying to instill fear in us, especially with this COVID-19 shit.
Shit's fucking crazy,
you know
bro.
I mean? So they're instilling fear. So like, we're so conditioned to feel a certain way or to think a certain way that if you try to think otherwise, you think it's wrong. You know. So the book Blink is just pretty much just letting us know how we can make split decisions in a matter of seconds. And most of the time, even at work, our director, he's always talking about his gut feelings. Like that's pretty much what this book is about.
And how many times have we seen he was right on the back end, when we started the investigation, like on the company, and we were like, dude, he was fucking right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, buddy.
So that's pretty much what this book's about, man. It's just how to make split decisions. Malcolm Gladwell did this thing on this book, man. It's one of my favorite books. Like I said, it just changed my way of thinking, how I made decisions.
Almost helped you to stop thinking so much.
It helped me stop thinking so much. Yes. Yeah. And also, one of the part of the books that really stood out to me is something very simple. You ever heard of the Pepsi challenge?
No.
So it's pretty much this was when Pepsi was just coming to the scene, right? So everyone was just talking about how Pepsi is like a knockoff version of Coke, this and that.
Oh, is that the one where they did the commercials and they were making people taste both blindfolded?
Yes.
Dope.
Like, so no one could really tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much like we're conditioned. Some people think Coke is better just because of the brand, because Coke was such. This was at this time Pepsi overtook Coke, because remember Coke had to go back in the lab to really you know what I mean? Like once you're at the top, and once you have no competition, you flatline.
Yeah, like fucking Madden. Fuck, man. Madden sucked for a while since they got rid of 2K. So I get it. Like 2K NFL.
Yeah,
but for everybody out there, football fans and football video game fans like myself, apparently that fucking deal ended. So if y'all haven't heard, fucking 2K is about to return to the NFL, baby.
2K5 was one of the best. The best.
I think it's, dude, I still play that fucking game, yo. Yeah, man. So anyways, but yeah, bro.
So like I'm saying, so like then the Pepsi challenge, because Pepsi wasn't really getting people to buy its products because they're all just brainwashed about Coke.
Well, they just saw, and it's iconic, right? That red can with the Coke. It's iconic for sure.
And over time, people started gravitating towards Pepsi after the Pepsi challenge. Like, oh my gosh, this is 10 times better. This is not Coke. That was Pepsi.
Wow.
So once they started getting conditioned to really think about the other product is better, Pepsi started taking over. You know what I'm saying? And then Coke went back to the lab. They came out with that's like a flourish of fucking flavors. Like Diet Coke.
Definitely.
Because at one point Coke was way too sweet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so that's just part of the book, man. It just shows how we can also get conditioned to the way that we think.
Yes.
You know, so just to find ways on how you can make better decisions and being faster with your decision making.
Yes.
Because shit can change in the blink of an eye.
You know
what I mean?
Right,
but you have to make sure that in that moment when you're making a decision, your thoughts are clear. You don't want nothing to fog your mind.
Yes.
You know?
You're right though, bro. And I think, because I don't think I finished that book, but I want to say I did pick it up, and you definitely inspired me to finish it.
Yeah.
I think I got through, probably the first half. But yeah, man, to the little that I got out of it as well too was the fact that when you start to trust your gut, but especially when you're putting the work behind it. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. Like, we're still pretty new at this podcast, but imagine 1 year from now, bro, how much smoother we're gonna be at it.
Definitely.
Because we're gonna maybe be thinking a little bit less. Our editing process is gonna get easier. So there's gonna be a lot of things. The better we get at it, and the harder we work at the craft, right? We don't even have to think no more.
Yes, man. Like,
it's just boom. It's just boom. It's like, but we're putting in the work. So then Blink is saying, yo, trust that process, trust that work, and go with your gut, baby. Don't even think.
Don't even think.
Yeah.
It's like think without thinking.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like right there in that split decision that sometimes our subconscious is like 5 steps ahead of us.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So like our subconscious is now connected to our stomach. Like the human body is weird, bro. Like human anatomy is fucking weird.
It's fucking amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
That feeling that you get here, it's not just some regular feeling, man. You have like your nerves and everything that's connected to your brain, your subconscious and everything like that. They're just intertwined with you.
Yeah, man. No, trust me, bro. I there's multiple times in my life where I had that gut feeling and I didn't listen and I paid for it. And then on the opposite side where I had that gut feeling, I listened to it and then I was like, yo, I was fucking right, yo. I think women call it intuition and they use that a lot. And women, that's the cool thing about women is that women are so in tune with their intuition, bro. The
mother's intuition.
Buddy, it's amazing. So yeah, man, for like us men, and obviously we don't have the quote unquote, you know, like a woman's intuition, but we do get gut feelings.
Yes.
But I think sometimes our egos get in the way of listening to that gut feeling. Because the gut feeling saying one thing, but your mind and ego saying the other. But us as men, sometimes, unfortunately, or a lot of times, we listen to the ego first.
We let our ego get in the way.
You know what I mean?
Big time. Majority of the time, we let the ego get in the way.
Yeah, 100%, bro, for sure. To kind of start off that one, for me, one of my books that I have on there is I'll start with this one. I'm gonna go with the 4-Hour Body.
Amazing book, man.
My 3 are the 4-Hour Body, Start with Why by Simon Sinek, 4-Hour Bodies by Tim Ferriss, and What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Chad Helmstetter.
Oh man, I definitely got to get into that book, bro.
Yeah. So 4-Hour Body would be my first on the list. The 4-Hour Body, man, is literally the book that I've given away the most. It changed my life. Physically, mentally, dude, I can't even put in words what that book has done for my life, but not just me, but what the book has done for friends around me, family, book, bro. I have that book, me being so ingrained in that book and telling everybody, like, when people saw me lose a shit ton of weight, because for the world out there, dude, at one point I was a pretty heavy dude, man. Like, I'm 5'6". You know what I'm saying? Pretty normal sized guy. But at one point I was like 205, 210 pounds. Like I was a big boy for my height. You know what I mean? And I started losing a bunch of weight. And eventually in 1 year I dropped like 65 pounds.
That's an amazing
in 10
story,
months.
man.
Yeah, bro. And then the 4-Hour Body, what that book did for me was not only help me sustain it, but it also helped me understand so many other things, like
the mental side of it.
Yeah, buddy. But like one of the biggest things for me that book taught me was something called minimum effective load or minimum effective dose. So basically what that means is that, and this is kind of a stem from his other book called The 4-Hour Body or 4-Hour Work Week, which, and this shit rings true with me because I don't like to do work for work's sake. Like I don't want to just, because I feel a lot of people glorify hard work, but it's fucking mindless. That's not how I operate, yo. If I don't need to do something, or I can do what somebody does in 10 hours in fucking 30 minutes, I'm gonna go the 30-minute route, yo, because that's smarter. You know what I mean?
And then time is one of the most valuable assets that we own.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's because I value that big time, right? Because I'm like, yo, if I can spend a little bit of time doing this, I have a lot more time doing this. So it's just like, I don't know. Either way, but like the minimum effective dose and minimum effective load, bro, this book taught me basically how certain things that I can eat can take me this far. Certain workouts that I can do can give me fucking 10 times the result from some dude that goes to the gym every day working out mindlessly.
Kettle swings, baby.
You know what but exactly like the fucking kettlebell swing, yo. For the world out there, if you don't work out and you want to start working out and you want to rapidly try to change your body, the kettlebell swing is one of those fucking workouts you can do 3 times a week that will dramatically change your body.
Yes.
And if, let's just say that's all you did, but that's what I learned from the book. That
the full body workout.
Yes, man. But that book taught me that. It taught me, you know, it taught me the slow carb diet, which is fucking amazing for anybody out there, man. It's crazy. I don't want to give too much away. But that book for me is my number one because the way I looked at it was, I got to get my body right, yo. I got to get my body right. And if my body's right, my mind also is right, and vice versa. They work intertwined, yo. Without one, I can't have the other.
Like the saying goes, free your mind and the rest will follow.
You know what I'm saying? So that'd be one of mine. What's another one on your list, bro?
Yeah, so number 2 for me is Next Level Thinking by Joel Osteen.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that book right there was gifted to me by my mom. That book has really resonated with me. You know, it's like pretty much how to think very positive about life. You know, most of the time we just sit there and just think about all the bad things that has happened to us, or like some people start thinking about shit that probably will never happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think about negative shit that will never happen to you.
Yeah.
Or let's just say you have some kind of symptom, right? What's the first instincts? Go on Google, research up a symptom.
Yes.
Right then and there, we already have this notion that we have the worst case scenario.
Dude, everything's cancer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? So with this book here, just pretty much just really resonates with me because, like I said, I'm still trying to find myself. I'm still on my spiritual journey. And also Joel Osteen he's a pastor, right? So this book is just not.
Yeah, I've been in the service a few times. I'm from Houston, right? So that's where
that's amazing.
Yeah, I've been in service a few times, man.
Yeah, so pretty much it's just, especially I believe in the Most High, and so most of his preaching is coming from the Bible, right? So it really resonated with me because they had Bible quotes and Bible verses that made me feel. I was felt engraved in the book, and also brought me back to myself, back to my roots, back in my church days when I used to go to church with my parents and all that. So it made me really start investing in my spiritual side. I started praying more. I started meditating more. It's like there's so many different forms of meditating. Yeah. All right. So one of my forms of meditating, I will be reading my Bible, going to the gym, or even just relaxing in the sauna.
That's right. Dude, that's when I would meditate the most, is in the sauna.
Yes.
That was like my time, yo.
I love
Big time. I feel that.
I love it in the sauna, man. Yeah, so just next level thinking is pretty much him just like explaining how we can think positive. Like, we know things are bad right now, but it can all change. Right? Don't let your past affect your future.
Like what's going on right now with COVID-19.
Like what's going on right now.
Yeah, it's crazy right now. But you know how much opportunity can come out of this?
So much opportunity, man.
You know what I mean? Business-wise.
Yeah.
You know, for somebody that wants to start a business to other businesses already. Yeah, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah, man. So that's what he's talking about. Like, don't think about all the negative shit that's going on around you. Think about how you can propel yourself from that negativity and bring yourself to the light. Let your light shine.
Yeah. Oh, buddy, I love it. Yep.
So that's one thing I really love about that book, man. That's why I think the way I am now, especially from me reading all those books leading up to the next level thinking, it's like, oh shit, everything is lined up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Especially with the shit that's going on right now, man. Let's just say I was in a different mind frame, bro. I would be fucking losing my mind right now with everything that's going on right now. You know what I mean? But just gotta stay calm, stay collected, keep your mind fresh, and also always with my first two books, Blink, in terms of decision making, self-awareness, and everything like that. And then with the Joel Osteen book, I think those two books for me, like the way they just complement each other.
For you, yeah.
For me,
yes.
Especially next level thinking, always thinking, just being positive thinking on how you can be a better person.
Yeah.
Don't dwell on the past and don't dwell on negativity.
Yeah.
You know, so that's one of my favorite books. My top two books right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And then what about yourself, bro?
For me, my other one is gonna be what to say when you talk to yourself.
Oh, man.
Bro, I've said it a million times.
Just that title alone is powerful, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've said it 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 more when I be hollering out my homies and shit like that. And they ask me, yo, Tony, if I was gonna read one book this year, that's the first one I always say, man. What to say when you talk to yourself. Because when I read that book, man, it was a very vital time in my life. Yeah. I was, just about pretty much in my mid-20s. So mid-20s is an important age because I feel like at that point you're kind of trying to figure out who you are, where you're going to go. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel like that's a constant
cycle.
Search. Yeah, you know what I mean? But not even that, because like sometimes who you are today could be different from tomorrow, and that's okay too.
For sure. But
regardless, it was at that time in my life, it was a very vital read for me, man. But what to say when you talk to yourself it's about what the title is. But what that book did for me, man, especially at that time, is it made me aware of how fucking vital it is to talk to yourself correctly. Because at the end of the day, man, if you're constantly, oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, God, I'm so ugly. Or I'm this, I'm that. Like, dude.
You don't know how much that's affecting you.
Exactly. Man. One of the lines in the book said, would you talk to others the way you talk to yourself? That answer's fucking no. Then what makes you think you can talk to yourself that way? Dude, and I joke around it all the time, but I be dead fucking serious. When I look in the mirror, bro, and it started from that book, telling you, bro, when I look in the fucking mirror, I swear, bro, this is my quote to myself, said, Tony, you're a bad motherfucker. And don't ever forget it. I'm telling you, I might be 5'6", but I got 6'5" fucking confidence, yo. That's
what it takes, man.
And I've heard people tell me plenty of times, and I really appreciate it that people say all the time, like, man, your presence is taller than what you are. And that's a fucking compliment. And you know what? You know why I take pride in that, yo? Because part of that is because of that book. And I started talking to myself the right way, yo. I started looking in the mirror and saying, no, you're short. Yeah, you got a little bit of a belly, but stop focusing on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Focus on your dope shit. Focus on what you do right. You know what I mean? And I'm like, at the end of the day, man, now I look at myself, I'm like, yo, Tony, you're a creative motherfucker. Tony, you're a bad motherfucker. Damn, you're fucking handsome. Yo, everything you touch is gold. There's nothing I can't do that I set my mind to. That's how I talk to myself now. You know what I'm saying? When I do something wrong, instead of me being like, fuck, man, you're a fucking idiot, you say, nah, playboy, you get up and try again.
Be your own number one source of motivation.
You know what I'm saying? I said it all the time. If you're not your own number one fan, then who the fuck else gonna be?
Who the fuck is, man? It also goes back to the saying.
Yeah. I'm very passionate about this book, man, because that shit changed my life. To this day, that book, if I was to read one book the rest of my life, that would have been the one, man. Changed my fucking life.
Also, man, some of the questions that we have to ask ourselves, you know, while we're thinking to ourselves, right? Like sometimes we just think about random shit. Like some people just believe that they're crazy. It's not that you're crazy, just that your mind is not focused on one thing. We're always focused on 20 things at once.
Yes.
So ask yourself the question when you're thinking to yourself, like we were talking about earlier, like what can I do right now? Like just a simple thought, what can I do right now to make my life a little bit better tomorrow? Just think about that. And then you can start brainstorming. That alone, man, will just give you just good energy. That's good vibes, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're doing something that's gonna get you to a better place mentally, physically, and financially.
Big time.
You know,
energy is everything.
Energy is everything.
And it starts with you.
It starts with you, and it starts with your mind. You know, like most of the time when people are thinking, they always think about all the negative shit that's going on in their life, and then they start feeling down on themselves. They're like, oh, you're a reject, you're a waste. God forbid, most people think they don't deserve to be on this planet. Man, that's like, bro, that's the worst thing that could ever happen.
Right? And the crazy thing is, is it 4 trillion or 4 billion? But there's like, you know, like the scientific side of like, you know, a woman, like basically a baby becoming a human, like a seed to like a human being born. Apparently it's like 4 billion, or I don't remember if it's 4 trillion to 1.
Wow.
So buddy, you're supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Value that. You're that special. Everyone out there, man, you are that special. Don't ever fucking tell yourself or let anybody tell you different, because the odds are stacked against us before we even a fucking thought, man. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, I read it somewhere, I heard it, that a doctor said that it's a miracle that humans can run, because the way we're built scientifically, we are not built to run. Cheetahs are, cats and dogs, the way their backs are, everything. Like if you go into the science of it, the way they gallop, everything, they are built to run. Humans were not meant to. Exactly. But the fact that, you know, dude, not only were we not meant to run, but what makes us so goddamn special is we have a human that's the fastest man in the world, and Usain Bolt. So what I'm trying to illustrate, yo, is that yes, man, you are fucking special. Human beings are amazing people, man, and don't ever forget that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, we're all on this earth for a purpose. You don't know what your purpose is. You might think you're nobody, but to someone else, you might be everything to that person.
Buddy.
You know what I mean?
Fire.
Not because they don't tell you how they feel about you. Like maybe your presence alone makes that other individual very happy when they see you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right, bro. You're right, and that's the thing. So yeah, man, that's why that book is important, because all of that we just said, man, I feel like stemmed from me realizing that yes,
what you say to yourself,
what you say to yourself on a daily, yo, it's so powerful. And then the people that I gravitate to, I find, is that people that are naturally confident people. I don't know what it is, man. I know I gravitate to the energy, but I bet you it's because a lot of times they don't even know that they're doing it. But naturally confident people talk to themselves very well for the most part.
Definitely.
At least when I've gotten to know some friends of mine, like yourself, and like, you know, other people that I've gotten to know more over the years, and we just start talking about this mental shit. And they're like, yeah, man, like that's how I feel. Like I never feel like I'm fucking inferior, you know?
Yeah, because that's the thing, man. Like once you have that, to myself, I try to be the best individual that I can be every single day.
Yes.
Most of my buddies around me, they're always doing something for themselves to be the best individual that they can be. So you always like the saying goes, if you lay down with dogs, you're gonna get up with fleas. You know what I'm saying? So if you're always hanging around folks who are always down on themselves, you're gonna be the next person who's gonna be feeling down on themselves.
Yep.
Right. So with myself, even with you, bro, like that's why I love just being around your presence, because most of the conversations that we have is like, it's like self-development conversations. Like, sometimes I learn so much, some things that I've never realized about myself before. I realized in some of the discussions that we have.
That means a lot to me, bro. I appreciate that.
Real talk, man. I feel like that's one thing most people don't understand. The people that you're around and the thoughts that you think in your head, like those are major contributions to your mental and physical health.
Oh, big time, bro. Big time. I couldn't agree anymore, bro. 1000%, 100%. You are fucking right, bro. But definitely, man. Let's round this off. What's your third on your list?
Third on my list, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh,
Robert Kiyosaki.
Like that could have been on my list too, but yes.
A Road to Your Financial Freedom, and that book right there just opened my eyes in the financial world on different aspects on how you can be your own boss and let your money make money for you. You know what I mean? So that, like, so I went to school for accounting, right? But accounting wasn't really my calling. I wasn't really feeling sitting behind a desk for 8 hours a day, which I do right now. And anyways, and just calculating numbers, right? Yeah. But in the terms of Rich Dad Poor Dad, it just gave me like an entirely new perspective in your financial. You know what I mean? On how you can start your road to your financial freedom. Yeah, which is what we're doing right now. Definitely, bro. Trying to create our path to our financial freedom. Definitely. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Just make sure that whatever you're doing, make sure you put your time, do your research, and make sure that whatever you're invested in is going to monetize for you. Definitely, bro. You're 100% right. I mean? So I love that book, man. I read that book I think like 2 or 3 times. And also, man, there's different avenues of money that you can make. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Like you can go into real estate, which is pretty much what Robert Kiyosaki was really successful at. Yeah. Real estate. You know, so that just got me thinking, bro. So like us, we were talking about getting properties, man. Yeah. And we'll get there. We will, man. Like, let's say you get one apartment complex with like 40 rooms. You're charging let's say $1,000 per room. It's $40,000 a month, yo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And of course, obviously, minus your upkeep and taxes and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we'll keep a lot more than half of that. Even with that being said, like we say this all the damn time, if you're making the money that you're making now, that you're making from your 9 to 5, and boy, you don't have to answer to anyone. Yeah. The only person you have to answer to is yourself. You'd be the happiest individual in the world. Trust me, bro. I feel that 100%. You know what I'm saying? Because now you have that financial freedom. Time flexibility. You know, you have more time to spend with your girl, your pop, family, whatever it may be. Hopefully now you kids in my future. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You're right. That book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, really laid the foundation for me. Yes. On how I can be a better individual. It helped turn, because I feel like you're gonna say, like, you agree with this, because it's for me too. Is that it helped turn us both into investor income mindset versus consumer mindset. You know what I'm saying? Correct. A lot of us have very just consumer, like, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, versus on the other side, like, no, I need to own this. I get that's what it was, like renter versus owner. That's what it was. That's a little bit more clear of what I'm trying to say is that, man, we want to be owners. That book helped me get an ownership mindset. Yes. You know what I mean? About, property, stock market, just investing, in the multiple forms of investment. Having an entrepreneur mindset. Big time. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my fucking personal IG, Young Entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that book really, for myself, that book was the first book that really transformed my thinking on business. Yeah, buddy. Even myself, I started carrying myself around as a business. That's right. Because your name is a brand. Yeah, Tony Gomez, that's a motherfucking brand. Amen. Durrel Durrel, that's a motherfucking brand. Woo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Third Dimension Podcast. It's a motherfucking brand. That's a motherfucking brand. You know everything that we do and everything we touch, definitely going to turn into gold, man. Amen, bro. So you got to put your thoughts into action. Like all the books I have right there, those are the books that transcended me to the person that I'm becoming. That's right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, bro. I feel you. My number 3 is Start With Why by Simon Sinek. Bro, that book is another one, man, that and I've given that book away a lot too, especially to a lot of like people that I know own businesses or want to start businesses, whatever, just kind of in that entrepreneur realm. I always recommend that book.
And dude, I read that book 2 times, maybe 3 times. Can't remember, dude. But I still go in back to it now.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
these 3 books, man, I still go back into them. That's I just can never. It just seems like those books I can never put down, because every time I read them again, I catch another little tidbit that I didn't catch another one, because I'm growing. So there might have been something that I missed the first time because I wasn't at that level yet. Then when I jump back in, and now I'm at that level, so I can comprehend that now. You know what I mean? But start with why. Long story short, is exactly, again, one of those books. It's exactly about what this is about. He's saying, what Simon says, man, is that, like, you know, Simon says, that's funny. Whenever you're going to do something, start with why first.
Yes.
Not the how, not the what, but you start with why. Why is it that you are going to do, or wanting to do, or trying to do? What is it that you're about to go do? Whether it's starting that company, whether it's, you know, starting a podcast, whether it doesn't matter, dude, what it is, whether it's entrepreneur or not. He said, man, when you start with why, everything else easily follows. When times get hard, because you started with why, you can weather the storm. But the other side of it, man, that was really powerful, he talks about in the book, is that even when shit's going really, really good, but because you always started with why, you can continue to innovate.
Yes.
And a big example for him in that book at the time is Apple. Man, Apple starts with why. Everything they do is about the why, right? And that's why Apple is such an innovative company. Well, at least until... And for me personally, I feel like they haven't innovated in a long time, but I believe that has the direct correlation with Steve Jobs' death. But when Steve Jobs was around, man, Apple was constantly innovating. But they didn't innovate just to innovate. It's because they started with why.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs famously used to say all the time that I want to challenge the status quo. Be different. Think different. So, of course, when the fucking, you know, the iPod hit, are you kidding me, bro? That shit was transcendent. But it wasn't just about the iPod. It was just that, man, let's do shit different. Everyone was dropping a Walkman. Everybody was doing like that already. The whole world.
Yeah, I think that being said, bro, with fucking Steve Jobs. At the time, Walkman were the thing. You know what I'm saying? And then this guy
Remember the little iconic W logo?
Yes.
It was huge, bro.
That's still huge, man. With freaking headphones with long as wires, the big old fucking thing in your pocket.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
and I remember that Walkman logo like it was yesterday, because like that's a little bit my era. It was a little W
with the little balls on the
on the tips. Exactly, bro. Very iconic. And then this motherfucker drops the iPod.
You know what I'm saying? Like
1,000 songs in your pocket.
Songs in your pocket.
That was the marketing.
Simple but effective.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, but that all started, and even back then when the origins of the company. Man, Windows was running the shit. Dell was running the shit. Like Dell, like the manufacturer, then obviously the Windows operating system. But he was like, nah, man, I want to flip that shit on his head. And then obviously that's when he built the Mac. And it was from everything was different. From the way it was programmed to like, you know, it was like, I think, and obviously I'm not a techie, but like the way Windows was built, but his was built more graphical. But it all started for him is that he just, man, he's like, I don't want to do what the whole world's doing. I don't want to do that. Let me go opposite. But he started with why. And there's a multiple examples in the book, but not to ramble on this one, man, to wrap this one up. I started implementing that in my life. And dude, there's plenty of times where I felt like, you know what, if the why is not strong enough for me, then I don't need to fuck with it.
You don't need to do it no more.
You know what I mean? But when it is there for me, man, my thoughts are clear. Everything just seems to follow a lot better for me when I start with why. From the little to the big. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody, especially if you're an entrepreneur, man, I highly, highly, highly recommend that book.
Definitely, man.
It's a must read for me if you're going into business.
Man.
Yeah.
Now that was a very interesting segment, man.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what kind of answers we get, you know, on the show, right? Question number 2, we said the next one is, what albums can you jam from start to finish?
Albums I can jam start to finish. There are a couple of albums out there that can jam start to finish, but there's a selected few that I would say I would have on repeat from start to finish, day by day.
Cool. Kick it off, bro.
So my first album would be Chronic 2001 by Dr. Dre. We have it right out here.
You know what I'm saying? It is a classic.
It is a classic. This album, start to finish, any single day. The intro alone, and then the way it just switches to the Watcher.
I know, bro. Dude, when we were jamming it that day and we did the episode on it, I was like, yo, I forgot how great this album was. I forgot about Dre, bro.
Can't forget about Dre. Just like we were talking about the other day, man. Just the way everything lined up.
Yeah.
He doesn't just put a song next after each track. It's
Right.
like everything has its purpose, has its reason.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like most artists, when they create an album, just compile a list of like 5 songs and just slap it on an album and then just release it.
Here you go.
But
Yep.
yo, he really sat down on this album. He's like, yo, what fits?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was able to fit those little skits in between, and the way each skit was able to transition to the next track, you know?
Yep.
And even to the last track, is it the second last track? No, it is the last track about his brother Tyree.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man,
Mary J on the hook.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just that emotion aspect. Like at the start of the track, it's like all party tunes, like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, all in one track, and then towards the end, kind of brings you back down. It's like, all right, this is where I'm really at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I put everybody on, but this is my story.
Yeah, man. Fuck, bro. That was so beautiful. You're right. You're right. It got to, you got to know even. He was like, yeah, man, this is great.
It's like a story. At the end, the reason why he's where he's at because he was inspired. His brother inspired him to create this body of work.
Heavy.
You know?
Yeah, bro. No, you're right, bro. That's that shit. Beautifully put, my brother. Beautifully put. My first one on the list, and this is no particular order for me, but it's gonna be "To Pimp a Butterfly" by Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, beautiful album, man.
Bro, I can jam that album literally from start to finish. And the big, like you said, I agree. I feel like we both share that, man. Is that album is so well thought out. I felt like every track is in place, the number that it is for a reason, because he's telling the story. And one of my favorite things about this album, not just the fucking content, the music and everything, but the skits, man, that he did, right? Or like we call them skits, but you know what I'm saying, like the non-musical little, segments.
Even in the some tracks,
but they call them skits, right?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't want to discount the he didn't do this as a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the whole album, you hear Kendrick, he's talking to someone. Yeah. But after a bunch of different tracks, he starts saying certain things, and you're like, man, he's like, I could tell you was conflicted. And I don't remember the exact words, but he's basically, you can tell he's having a conversation with somebody. You know, but the evils of Lucy were all around me. And when he says Lucy, he's talking about Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? Bro, this album's fire. So
it's crazy.
At the very end, the track is called Mortal Man, one of my favorite tracks. But at the end of Mortal Man, he starts that conversation that you kind of been hearing periodically throughout the album, right? And then he's talking, and then at the very fucking end, you hear Tupac come in, and the whole album, bro, he's brewing up the conversation that he's having with the spirit, with Tupac himself. And dude, and especially when I first ever heard that album, I was like, holy shit, is Pac he's talking to. Yo, it was, it was so fucking amazing. And then obviously some of the songs out there, like the songs on the album, man, like obviously the Black of the Berry that we talked about on the Chronic episode. You know what I mean? The If These Walls Could Talk. Oh my God, bro, that song is so fire. And what he's talking about is so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, that's the one for me. Track by track by track. That's the one that I can, dude. It's literally.
Yeah, it's funny though.
Call me crazy, but it's in my top 5 favorite albums of all time.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
It's funny they mention that because I'm one of those cats. In terms of Kendrick, I really have to be in the mood for Kendrick. Yep. I can't just be riding down the street, cruising or whatsoever that have Kendrick on. I really have to be in terms of Kendrick for me, I have to be in a very, not say a dark state, but a very conscious mindset when I'm listening to Kendrick. Because
no, you're right. It's not some shit you put on trying to before you try to get turned to go out.
Because he says so much conscious shit that we miss. Because some people listen to. I don't get it too. So if you want to listen to get hype, listen to get hype. But if I'm listening to Kendrick, I want to really study the message that
break down the lines.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, Kendrick is one of those artists. If I'm listening to it, I want to be in my conscious mind. And just break everything down. Yeah, buddy. You know?
No, I feel you, man. No, you're right.
And also, you can't really do that with most artists.
No.
Most artists are just so one-dimensional.
Right.
Straight R&B or straight rap. But he's a conscious rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the track Swimming Pools.
I know we were jamming that earlier, bro. It's deep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Shit, another track that I love on that album, on To Pimp a Butterfly, is Alright. Bro, literally one of my favorite songs of all time, man.
Oh, that's a big tune,
dude, and you know what I mean? Like, it's endless, man. But you're right, though. I get that. Because even sometimes when I'm just chilling, you know, in those summertime vibes where you want to chill and you're driving, you know, windows down. Yeah, I'm I'll jam all right though. I think that's a great,
yeah.
you know, that's a hype jam. But like, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but there's some times when Kendrick.
Yeah, he's a real deep thinker, yo. He's a deep thinker with real heavy lyrics. So no, I get that for sure. But that's when, like, a lot of times when I listen to a lot of my music, man, I throw on my headphones and I'm just chilling at home, like, because a lot of times for the world out there, I wake up pretty early with my pup, so I usually have a couple hours where I'm just kind of chilling by myself, and that's my time to really just, you know, sink in new music, sink in books that I'm reading. So yeah, man. So in that first early on in the morning, yeah, I'm trying to wake up anyway, so I'm not trying to listen to the most hype shit in the world. So it works for me, man.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying?
That's like the perfect time I would listen to him too.
Yeah.
You know, or even let's say if I'm just ending my day at work, I'm trying to get home, relax, get my mind right.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Get myself
100%. Yeah, bro. What's your second on the list though?
My second on the list, ain't no surprise to nobody, is Trigger by Trey Songz. Trigger, that album is one of my favorite albums till this day. I don't care if you're a Trey Songz fan or Trey Songz hater. That's one of my favorite albums. I can listen from start to finish on that album, bro.
Yeah,
you know, like one of my favorite.
I like Trey Songz too. That's my dude, man.
Bro, one of my favorite tracks on this album. I think one of the most underrated tracks on the Trigger album is the Foreign remix he did with Justin Bieber.
Yeah, bro. I probably heard it like once, so I gotta hear it again.
Yeah, it's so fire, man.
Yeah,
it just shows.
I'm not gonna lie, I slept on Trey Songz for a minute.
Everybody slept on Trey Songz till they meet this guy.
You know, let them
hear this man.
Yeah,
he's more than just a fucking R&B singer.
He's
an artist, man. That's why I really appreciate his work. You know, like with guys like R. Kelly. Yeah, most of these guys, the music is very good, but it's one-dimensional.
Yeah,
it's always
R. Kelly just he you know what his song about.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? My mind's telling me no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's why you got locked up.
you know what I'm saying? Oh, dirty motherfucker.
But yeah, bro, like with Trey Songz, it's more than just him singing about him trying to get with women.
Yeah,
it's also about him, like the trials and tribulations that he goes through, of him investing his time and emotions with someone, and he gets his heart broken.
Yeah,
like most men, we don't that's something we don't really want to acknowledge.
Yeah,
heartbreaks.
Yeah,
we're all humans.
Yep,
we all experience that, but he just puts that into songs.
Yeah,
as well as also the other side of R&B, which is the lovemaking side. He has music for you and your woman when it's that time, you know.
Oh, he does. He ever? I would know.
You know. But yeah. So with this album, start to finish, any given day, doesn't matter what mood I'm in. Like I have a CD. I have the Trigger CD. I have the Trigger album in my car. So sometimes if I feel conflicted, I don't really know what I want to listen to. Guess what? Bump that shit out. Slide that bitch in.
I know what you mean. Because we all go through that. Yes. Like, especially if you're a music head like we are, where you're like, man, I don't know, fuck it. One of the classics. You know, it always does it for you.
Always does it.
Yeah, I feel it.
It's either the Trigger album or the Chronic album. Until I get to my third album, then I'll let y'all know what your third album.
Go for it, bro. What's the third? What's number 3?
That should be on the blooper reel, bro. So number 3. No, this is a very, very tough decision, man. Very tough decision. I have to add 2 to this list. My last 3 will be College Dropout and Late Registration by Kanye West.
Like a 3A, 3B?
Yeah, 3B.
Dude, I know, because that could have made my list too. Those 2 albums are fucking great.
Amazing piece of work.
Start to finish.
You know what I mean? Like we were talking about earlier, how transcending Kanye West was, man. Come to the game as a fucking backpack rapper. Producer, everything, man.
Ain't no love in the heart, man. That song he did with Jay-Z, because he was all over the blueprint. Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. So like, just I'm going off track here for a minute. Like Kanye West, especially like what we were saying earlier, he was the first rapper to intertwine the fashion district to the hip hop district.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this guy came
like he really put the 2 together.
You know what I'm saying? Like before Kanye, what hip hop or a rap artist was partnered with Louis Vuitton?
You right.
What hip hop artist? Like this guy came in the game.
He partnered with Polo before that too.
Got partnered with Polo. Name it. Nike. Even created a shoe for Nike. You know what I'm saying? Like what artist in terms of hip hop, R&B? I'll even go pop. Created their own shoe with a major brand.
You right.
You know what I mean? This guy
outside of Jordan.
And what's funny too, Kanye West. Before I'm just gonna.
Because there was a few artists that tried, but it flopped. Like I know the Game had issues.
Even G Unit, they were also with.
That's right, but
with Reebok.
They flopped.
But like, it was not creative enough that it changed the game.
You're right.
Kanye West, like, yo, we think it's crazy, even though he is crazy.
Yeah, but he's a fucking genius too.
But he's a genius.
Yeah, like Yeezys, bro. You don't think of. When I think of Yeezys, I don't think Adidas or Nike. I think just fucking Yeezy. It's just Kanye. They're just his shoes. Kanye, even though I know they're Adidas, but they're not, bro. They're Yeezys.
But listen, so take this in. So Kanye West, he one of the guys that were under him. So his name was what's this dude's name? Oh, fuck.
Either way,
he's a stylist. Anyways, yeah. But now he is the head of Louis Vuitton.
Wow, didn't know that.
Yeah, so this guy's so he was one of Kanye West's apprentice.
Okay.
Right. So now he's like the top designer right now. First African American male designer for Louis Vuitton.
Come on now.
Yes.
That's heavy.
And this guy was under Kanye West.
Come on now.
Right. And also, in terms of Nike and Jordan, with this guy also, he started creating the Off-White. So he created the Off-White brand. So the Off-White also partnered up with the Jordan brand to create a collab, the Off-White Jordan brand collaboration. Wow. Bro, those are the top seller Jordans in a minute.
Come on now.
And that guy was from the Kanye West branch. Yeah. And then you have guys like your boy from H-Town, fucking Travis Scott, doing his thing with the Jordan brand also.
Jordan brand too,
and he was also influenced by who? Kanye West.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. You fucking right, bro.
And also when 808s and Heartbreak released, everyone was like, yo, this sound is fucking retarded. Nobody's gonna listen to this.
We had our debate. I remember I was like, that album is whack. And then you were like, you not forced me, but you were like, dude, you're older now. Listen to it now. And I'm like, dude, that album is actually fire.
Yes. So because I hated it back in the day when I was like, this shit is whack. Yeah, for sure. But this is
now I'm like, yo, that shit is fucking amazing.
Fucking amazing, bro. Cause like Kanye West, as crazy as he is ahead of his time, as like most geniuses are.
Yeah, man.
Most geniuses.
He's a musical genius for sure, man.
Like you always have to think about future, not about the now, which most artists always seem to forget. They always think about what they can do right now to monetize. Like, no, man, think about the longevity. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about Drake also, man. He's putting the work. As much as I diss Drake, he's putting the time.
Oh, bro, like what we said before, because like for our audience out there. Yeah, because I was saying that I don't like all of Drake's music, but I do like Drake, but a lot of his shit I don't jam. But that's strictly me just saying about the music itself. But as far as just Drake, what he's done for Toronto and music and other artists and like his producers, man, like just everything he's doing. Yeah, bro, I have no hate for that. How much, money he's made, where he's taking Toronto and we're global now, bro. It's got his own sound and it's global, and that's for Drake. You know what I'm saying? So sure. I get that.
Yeah, man. But that's the thing, man. With Kanye West, especially with College Dropout and Late Registration, one of the tracks that really resonated with me from College Dropout, we don't care what people say. You know what I mean?
Great track.
It's like drug dealing just to get by. Stack your money till it gets sky high, and then and then the one verse.
It's a great track.
And then the one verse was, "We weren't supposed to make it past 25."
Yep. I love that album.
Oh, man,
I love that album.
This guy was just spitting just facts, man. Like rappers were really rapping about the kind of things that he was rapping about at that time,
and especially the way he was putting it down too.
And the way he was putting it down.
We don't care what people say. Yo, that shit was fire.
Yo, and for me, the one thing I love about that album was how he was able to. I talk about this because my dad's a producer and also he does mastering.
Yeah.
My sister's husband, Michael, he also does
at Audio Gibbs.
Audio Gibbs, baby. If you need some tunes, hit him up. Audio Gibbs, hit that boy fire.
Straight up.
So we was chatting up about Kanye West about how he uses and how he is able to use the human voice, the vocals, as part of his instrumentals.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, if you listen to Travis Scott.
A lot of that.
He tries to implement that also in his music.
Yeah, well, he's in that Kanye camp, right? So I get it.
In that Kanye camp. And also, man, if you really look at it, most of the guys in the industry right now that are also part of the fashion industry that are very successful in the fashion industry as well as the rap industry, they're all from that Kanye West tree.
Yeah, no,
or were influenced by Kanye West. Look at Drake. Yeah. Drake's sound, Kanye West tried that. And then Drake started doing it like the hip hop, singing on your verse and all that. Kanye, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, you're right. I feel you, bro. Amazing artist. Yeah.
Introspective Kanye West.
You know what I'm saying? I love it, bro. That's what I love about you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love your mind. But like, bro, Late Registration for me too, man. Like I fucking love that album, yo. Even the very first track, yo, he did a song with fucking Adam Levine. Yo, a hip hop cat. Did a track with Adam Levine. You know what I mean? Put Lupe on the map. He on that track. But one of my favorite songs on Late Registration is Roses.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's an amazing song, man. Roses. But anyway, so I feel I could have picked those two.
For sure.
But to kind of round this little section out, for me, my other two, if I was going to have a 2A, 2B, but let me just keep it, because I was struggling, remember. So my second album is going to be Outkast, AT Aliens. Mm-hmm. And if y'all know, y'all obviously know I'm from the South, so...
The dirty.
You know what I'm saying? I love me some Outkast, man. People ever ask me if I'm ever deserted on a desert island or whatever that phrase goes, and you could only pick, fucking one catalog of music to listen to, would be anything Outkast has ever done. But anyways, so they're my favorite. So Outkast, AT Aliens would be the one for me. But then I was struggling because I also really like Outkast's album called Aquemini. But if I had to choose between the two, fuck, I can't choose between the two. I love them both. Both of those are like...
Take me now.
You know what I mean? Like those two, man, I love those albums from start to finish. Yeah. Like Big Boy and Andre 3000, man, like they are fucking... You know what I love about Outkast?
It was a match made in heaven, bro.
You know what I'm sayone But then that's, for a lot of people that don't know, Aquemini is a mashup between a Gemini and Aquarius. I don't remember which one's which, but it's because one, either Big Boy and Andre, one of them is a Gemini, one of them's an Aquarius. So that's why he said, come together, we are Aquemini. You know what I'm saying? So basically that whole album is just how like they're fucking two peas in the pod. They're 1A, 1B, but they're both put it down so differently, but it fucking works.
It matches, man.
Yeah, man. But the thing I love about Outkast is that for me, not one Outkast album sounds like the other one before it. Bro, they fucking innovated sound and they tried shit.
Good style, man.
And dude, honestly, even before Kanye, man, dude, Andre and Big Boy were doing their style thing big time. They were fucking like influential even in the style game, but Kanye really took that shit to another level, which is amazing. But you gotta think about Outkast was doing it before Kanye, so they were one of the founders of this shit. But the albums, man, every album was different from their very debut album, Sunday Playing Listed Cadillac Music, to then Aquemini, or it was AT Aliens next, and then Aquemini, bro, it just they kept pushing the sound. And the shit that they were doing, especially being from the South, man, it was revolutionary. So those two albums for me, literally,
change the game for you.
Oh, buddy, top to bottom, track one to the very end,
Doesn't matter.
thing, man. The skits made sense, the production seemed to all work together. Bro, and I love it, man. I love those two albums. And then my third would be Tupac, Me Against the World.
That's a big album, bro.
Buddy, that album for me, man, and just a quick little history, because I don't want to ramble too much about that one, is that one of my very first memories of hip-hop music, and this is dedicated to my brother Felix, man. I love you. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember I was in his car. We were in his Civic at the time. He was driving the Civic. I'm in the passenger seat. And I remember grabbing the CD case. I was like, what's this? And my brother goes, that's Tupac. Yeah. And I was like, who's Tupac? So he goes, here. So he puts it on. And I'm sitting there chilling. I don't remember how old I was. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe 10, maybe 9. Somewhere between like 8 and 10. And I remember hearing this shit. And I was like, damn, this shit is fire. And then the song, fuck, I forgot what's the name of the song, man. But it's like where that I remember this like it was yesterday, because my brother had some subs in his car and everything, and the song doom 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 doom, and then just this beat, and I remember that shit because I was like shook. I was like, oh my god, what is this shit? This shit is so fire. And dude, I still know every lyric to that song to this day. Dude, when I put that song on, and it'll come to me, I'm just having a brain fart. I just don't want to ramble for the episode, but I'll say it later if I remember the name of the song. But dude, I literally, when I throw that song on, I'm talking word for word, line for line. I know every bar to that song. I love that. So Many Tears. That's the name of the song.
So Many Tears, yeah.
You know what I mean? But dude, that one, it just keeps going. And then the whole album, dude, literally from top to bottom. The song Old School, man, just all of it, man, because it paints a picture of like, for me emotionally, what it did for me, man, is that, you know what it is, man? To gather my thoughts. Is that album paints a picture of I felt where we were at the time. There was a lot of darkness around us, man, where we grew up. Fuck, we were so tight that love kept us so close. And that album paints such a picture of darkness, violence, but also togetherness. Dear Mama's on that album. You know what I mean, bro? And then I feel that way because I love my mother so much, man. She literally is.
You should, bro.
She's my fucking hero, yo. So when I jam Dear Mama, man, and I think about my mother, a grown man could come to tears because that's my mother to me, man. And my brother Felix, man, I love you. Man, I remember like it was yesterday when he threw that album on. And still to this day, I'm 33 years old. And I can still jam that album from top to bottom. So that one has such a sentimental value for me because that was the beginning that I can remember that I fell in love with hip hop music, yo. I was like, holy shit, this cat Tupac puts it down like no one I've ever heard before, yo. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing with music, man. We don't really realize how much impact music have on our lives.
Yeah.
Man. You know, like some moments are captured by the music that's around us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Let's say your first dance with your wife, that first music.
Yep.
You're gonna know the song.
Soundtrack to our lives,
so, like,
my
doesn't
brother.
matter where you're at. The song comes on, like, oh my gosh, you start thinking about your wife. Maybe at that present time, like, hey babe, guess what? That's what's playing in the background.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Like, music is so vital in our life, just like our noses.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, some scents really resonate with us.
Yep.
You smell something, you go somewhere else, you smell the exact same essence.
Yep.
It's gonna be like, bring you back to that state. That's music. Music always bring you back to that state that you were when you first listened to it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And why it resonated with you, man, you know? So, man, like you say, like we say all the time, man, music is the soundtrack of your life.
You know what I'm saying? No? Yeah, bro. So that's my 3, man. And I love it, man. I love music. You're right. I'm so passionate about hip hop music. You know, I'm jamming a lot of dope shit right now. You know what I'm saying? That I love, man. So, yeah, bro. So let's round this thing out. Third question is, what has your attention right now?
What has my attention right now? So the one thing I would say has my attention right now is just me being a better version of me. So what can I do today to make myself better tomorrow? So that's what I'm always thinking about, you know. So that's a very like we said, that's a very important question.
Yeah.
You know, what has
right now? Yeah,
what has your attention right now?
Like this morning, bro. When you woke up this morning and you finally gathered yourself, whether you drink your coffee or whatever, what were you thinking about? Like, when you started like diving deep?
Like when I was diving deep. So today, like the first thing I did when I woke up this morning, so I sat down, I came with my iPad, and I just started just jotting down shit in terms of like what can I do today. So like first of all, like I started reading. What was the book called? It's called 11 Rings. It was written by what's the coach from the Lakers?
Phil Jackson?
The Phil Jackson book. So my goal was I want to read this book. I want to read this book because this book is pretty much Phil Jackson explaining how he got to where he is.
Yeah.
So I was actually given
legendary coach.
So that book was actually given to me by the Reverend at my sister's wedding. So he's like, hey, you like basketball? I'm like, yeah. It's like, yo, you need to read this book. So I woke up.
He gave it to you.
He gave it to me. So
the power of giving someone a book. You know
what I'm saying? So this morning
we should do it more often.
So the first thing I did this morning, I just saw the book just chill on my dresser. I'm like, all right, let me just give it a go. So for myself, my goal is start reading that book, because Phil Jackson, one thing that he was known for was able to get players into a very conscious mindset.
Yes, visualization and meditation. Yes, that is a Phil Jackson thing, man.
Look at his 2 players that he coached, 2 superstar players that he coached. What did they have very similar? Their mindset, the way they approach,
and Jordan, dude. Yep.
Like the way they approach their games, their physical assets, because without their physical, they wouldn't be able to produce.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Also, how to clear the mind, how to stay focused. And one thing Kobe and Michael has, that mindset, that focus.
Yeah.
That Mamba mentality. That's all in that book. So I'm trying to figure out what this guy was able to instill in Kobe and also instill in Jordan to get them to the level of success that they were able to attain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all started with good coaching.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter where you're in life, you need coaching.
Yeah.
You need something to refer yourself to, or someone to refer to get help, or for positive criticism.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of criticism.
Yeah.
Good or bad, but I prefer bad criticism. Like, if you have something bad to say about me, let me know. Like, I don't know. Some people, if you give them a little criticism, they get so affected.
They do.
Which it shouldn't be.
That just shows you it's a maturity level. You know what I mean?
Like for myself, man. Like at the end of the day, if you can't accept criticism, then
don't do anything.
Then don't do anything.
No, seriously.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you think you're right all the time, then so you're fucking delusional.
Big time.
You know what I'm saying? So I always appreciate criticism. Jordan, Michael, Jordan, and Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
They love getting criticized.
Yep.
They're like, all right, I know I'm great, but tell me what I'm not good at.
Right.
So I can get better at it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially Jordan. I'm sorry, I keep getting these 2 guys mixed up. Kobe Bryant. So one summer, he spent the entire summer with Hakeem Olajuwon, learning his footwork.
Yeah, man, that boy came to dream, baby.
You know
H-Town all day.
Yeah. So if you want to be better, so like that's why I want to start reading this book, because Phil Jackson is a pioneer of. I won't say he's a pioneer, but I would say he's a leading force why Jordan and Kobe had that killer mindset.
Yeah, man. So he's, for me, like, outside of Greg Pop, Bill Belichick, I would put him. Yeah, man. I think Phil Jackson. It's a debate on those three are the greatest coaches of all time. At least in my generation. I don't know some of these old guys, right? Like Red Auerbach, stuff like that. I wasn't alive for them, but I've been alive for these three. So I bet that's an amazing fucking book, man. So I feel you. I feel you on that, man. That's but that's a beautiful thing, bro. But I think that's why what we do together, and then obviously what you do on your own, you're going to be extremely successful at it, because that was what you thought about today, bro.
But yeah, man.
You thought about today, like, yo, you know what, man? What can I do? Grab your iPad, put some ideas down. Like, what can I do to get a little bit better today? What can I do to set my future up just a little bit better?
Yeah, even with that being said, also another thing that's kind of helping me just stay focused and stay on the plane is the podcast. It's like, all right, I want to educate myself a little bit more now. Like, what I know is not enough.
You're right.
It's like, I want to know more.
You're right.
So like now I'm reading more. We're doing a little bit more research here, a little more research there. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm listening to way more podcasts than I did before. You know, just to get a flow of things.
Learn the game,
baby. Learn the game. You know, that's what these guys did. That's what Kobe did. That's what Michael did. So when I saw that book this morning, actually no, this was from last night actually. So last night I was just going through my library, just see what I have, books that I've started, books like we all buy books that we don't read. I'm like, what the fuck do I have here that I haven't even touched? Like, I've had this book for over a year and a bit now. Yeah. Never once opened it. So last night before I went to bed, I had it just chill on my dresser. I'm like, tomorrow the first thing to do is just try and crack it open and just try and take yourself to the next level. Yeah. You know, trying to be the best professional that you can be. That's right. The best entrepreneur that you can be. Because at the end of the day, everything's a business. The NBA is a business. Where we work is a business. You know what I mean? The way we carry ourselves around is a business. So we just have to learn how we can have that killer mindset. You know what I mean? As a business owner, you have to have that killer mindset. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I want to hopefully this book can make it to my top 5. Yeah, it'll help you, man. It'll help you get there for sure. It'll get there as well too. So yeah, man. I feel you, man. That's amazing, bro. I feel for me, what's got my attention a lot right now, man, especially today when I woke up and the day before, man, all week really, is that now that this COVID-19 shit is happening, and pretty much being on the side of it that I'm at, including you too. Yeah, man. Basically what's happened is that you and I both are at the mercy of a company. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm not grateful for obviously the fact that because I know a lot of people don't have jobs and it's tough for them. And I don't want to sound like I'm being ungrateful. I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I have and the job or whatever. And I don't always love it, but I'd rather have one than not at all. For sure. But what's happening with this COVID-19 and me literally being at the mercy of another man's decision, that shit has my attention hard right now, yo. Man. So right now, man, if and when this shit ever happens again or something similar to, or again, the world's gonna go shut down or just something's gonna shake the world up like this has, I don't want to wonder for weeks what I'm gonna do because I work for a company. So to put it simply is that, man, I need to start. We need to start. Fuck we. You're my partner. You're my boy. We need to start building a foundation to where we can truly be independent, where we can be the deciders of what we're gonna do. So if shit was to go down, there would be no fucking question when we're gonna work from home or if we're gonna work from home. It's like, yo, shit's fucking crazy out there, bro. We gonna do the podcast remotely right now. At the end of the day, bro, we can still work with our phones. That's what I'm saying. I can call you from my crib. That's what I'm saying. Have the mics rolling. You see what I'm saying? And then again, man, and then also what's got my attention is that, dude, like even right now with our company, dude, we're taking a fucking hit right now. Heavy. You know what I'm saying? We're taking a heavy hit. So whatever we get into, I want to kind of almost, I don't want to say 100% bulletproof because nothing is, but when shit like this goes down, I want to be in an industry back to like what Menelik was saying, yo, bro,
have a few different things going, but that way when shit goes down, like right now, shit went down, nobody's going to school, so guess what's shooting through the roof for him? His online tutoring. You know what I mean? So I want to be more on that side. I want to have more, like, I want to build my life like the way I would have built an investment portfolio. Yeah, or like built it like an investment portfolio. You know what I'm saying? I would never tell a person to just buy one stock and then try to take the bank on it. No, I would be a bad investment advisor at that point. You know what I'm saying? I'd be talking about mitigating risk, and I'd be talking to them about, you know, setting up stocks, funds, or whatever the case may be, that, you know, depending on the climate of the economy at the time, that this, you know, industry or this group of companies, this index will thrive when this one's down, and they have to bounce off of each other. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm quick to give that advice to my own investments, and when I used to be an investment advisor in Texas, I need to start doing that to my life, yo. My career and my life. You know what I'm saying? Think of my life as in, like, dude, I'm an investment. So right now, I only have one vehicle, which is my job. If shit goes down, I've lost that. Then what? Then I'm fucking in a really tough pickle financially. You know what I mean? So that's what's got my attention right now, is that and I tell you all the time, you know, for everybody out there listening, me and Durrel, and I tell Durrel all the time, I'm like, broski, 24 months, yo. We're going to grind so hard that I truly believe that in 24 months, our life can change.
Most definitely.
And I think we can be, and I think we're going to be in a position where we can decide to go extremely independent and do something else.
Do this full time, bro.
You know what I mean? So that's what's got my attention right now heavy. Yeah, man, especially in the midst of what the fuck is going on right now in the world.
Yep. Even at the times that we're in right now with what the shit is, you know, but just gotta keep a positive mind.
Yeah, no, of course.
You know, so like, especially most people right now, they're just dwell on this virus. All right, the virus it's bad. We all know it's bad, but don't dwell on it. Right now, it's time for us just to be positive, stay collected, and
stay collected. Amen.
And don't let fear control you.
Yeah, be smart about it. I'm not saying don't let fear, but then you go be stupid and go to a crowd of 1,000 people when somebody might have
start licking everybody in the face.
Yeah. But I know what you mean, though.
But don't let fear control you. That's the thing right now, man. It just shows how greedy humanity is. I'm just gonna go off on a tangent right now. They're just gonna show right now how greedy humanity is, man. Just one little panic button that was pressed. Everybody is just in hunter mode. You know, we hunt. I don't give a fuck about the next man.
Yeah, fuck that. It's my toilet paper, motherfucker.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
I'm buying all the fucking chicken. Fuck you and your family.
You know what I'm saying?
I need to feed my 3 for 7 months.
You know what I mean? Yeah, how fucking gross is that?
Gross as fuck. That so many people don't think about the next man.
Think about the next man, bro.
That's your brothers, man.
And then most of these guys are going around buying out this hand sand. All right, cool. So you have all the hand sand. The next man does it.
Fuck the next man, right?
So then you're sick.
You know what I mean?
So you bought out all the freaking hand sand, then you go to go chill with your homie or whoever it may be. They don't have any hand sand.
Because your punk ass bought it all.
Oh my god, it makes no sense, bro.
Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. It's fucked up.
But yeah, bro, so just gotta keep your mind occupied. Yeah. Oh man, you know what's funny though? The one thing I really love about this segment right here, everything that we really dove into, from the books to the tracks, and also to the last question there, what really has your attention right now? Everything comes back to the mind. Everything relates to the mind,
hey,
bro.
Man, buddy.
You know what I mean? That's what I love, man. How powerful the mind is.
Yep. It's the driver of the world.
The mind is the driver of everything, man. Everything that's out there, everything that you see outside was created from the mind.
Ain't that wild, bro? When you really think of it that way, you're right.
You really think about it, man. That chair that you're probably sitting on right now, those headphones that you're listening to us from right now, the phone that you're using, that was all created by the mind.
Yeah.
The mind is very powerful. You know what I mean? Like the mind and the mouth, the most powerful assets that we have.
Boom.
The mouth, and then mix that in with time. Whew,
boom.
You can be unstoppable, man. You can be an unstoppable force.
TDP fam, that's some gold for you right there.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? You right, bro. But shit, let's go ahead and wrap this sucker up, man. This episode was awesome, yo.
It was fucking dope, man.
I love how passionate we both got.
Yeah.
These questions, man, I think couldn't be any better for me.
Yes.
I love them. And but they might evolve, you know, as we start to do this thing more. But as of right now, we're gonna run with these three motherfuckers. I really love
these 3 questions right here, man.
Yeah, me too, bro. Me too.
Because you really get to see the individual outside.
Yes.
Of the individual.
Exactly.
Like you gotta
outside of their shell.
Outside of the shell, you really gotta see what they really like and what really made them the person that they really are.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like the books that they read, the music that they listen to, and what has their attention right now. Those are aspects of our life that we don't really take in account. You know, but yeah, Third Dimension Podcast.
You know what I mean?
We got you another hit.
Another hit, baby. So yeah, for everybody out there, always got to say my thank yous, man. I really do appreciate everybody that listened to us, everybody following us on IG. Like I really mean it, man. I really appreciate you guys jumping on and listening to us and showing us love and the comments and everything, man. Like that shit means a lot to me. So, and honestly, man, me and Durrel take this thing very serious. So we're gonna keep doing our best for y'all. We're gonna keep getting better, and we're gonna keep pushing out content, man. I think we dropped 2 episodes this week. We're recording this on a Saturday. I'm gonna try to have it out by tomorrow. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, we really appreciate y'all. So with that, it's your boy TG
and it's your boy Durrel.
TDP out, baby.
Holla.